What's up, guys? Sean here. Just doing a Magic video for the first time in a while. Getting back to the game with Arena, and yeah, highly recommend it, by the way, if you haven't played it yet. Definitely give it a shot. I'm playing Stompy, which I played quite a bit in Modern. Well, I did have a standard deck a long time ago, back in that set where, what was it? I forget the name of the card, but the 1-drop unblockable green creature. It's an elf. Anyway, I played a Stompy deck briefly in that standard era. That was actually, I think, just before I gave up standard. And I went like 5-0 or whatever that night at FNM with it. I don't think I did very well after that, but I felt pretty good. It was like a $50 deck. Yeah. So yeah, I played it in standard and played it modern. Now I'm playing it in standard again. Right now we're just mono green because I'm still grinding out, trying to get the remaining cards for the black splash. But the mono green version is better in ways than the black green version. It's kind of like different trade-offs, and I'm actually not 100% sure that the green splash is worth it. It probably is, or the black splash, sorry. It probably is, but anyway, the main difference is Prey Pawn versus Trophy, and like the synergy with Nullhide. Like Prey Pawn synergizes, well, it doesn't really, it's anti-synergistic, it kind of cancels out. It doesn't really have synergy or anti-synergy. Like, it costs more, but also it's fat, so it's like, it can kill basically everything, the Prey Pawn, and live. So there's that. Trophy is like, you dislike it more because it costs 5, whereas, or not 5, 4, whereas Prey Pawn will cost 3 if Nullhide is out. It also gives them a land, which can be relevant when trying to kill Nullhide. So there's that's the main difference between mono green and green, or mono green and black green. So yeah. Other than that, this is pretty much the list. The only other card I think we're seriously considering is well, it's not even. A lot of people are running this. Long story short, I found it really underwhelming, so I'm not playing it. It basically reminds me a lot of Kavu, if anyone's tested with that. It's like, you like it because it's versatile, but it's not actually that great at either thing. Like, it does 2 things, but it's not very good at either of them. Or it's not great at either of them, at least. Or, like, I would say it's as good as a 5-drop, mediocre as a 2-drop. But rather than a good 5-drop, I'd rather have a great 4-drop, you know what I mean? So, and Lieutenant is same thing, basically. Like, it's pretty meh as a 2-drop for this style of deck anyway. In a different style, like a mid-range, full-on mid-range deck, I think it could be good, but I find it pretty bad. So that's my experience. I tested it a bunch with different amounts, and just meh. That's how I feel about it, but you're welcome to try it. So instead of that, I'm running Branch Walker, where most people run it, and I've been pretty happy with that. I find it pretty important for the deck. Like, it just makes everything a lot more smooth. You can keep hands you couldn't keep otherwise. So yeah, quite good. Harpooner, just really nice to have something against flyers. They're all over the place, at least on Arena, so helps out. And Bust Pellet Collector, which is really annoying to play against, by the way. So I kind of wasn't sure on it at first. It didn't feel great to play sometimes, but I played against it, and it's a real pain because you don't want to waste removal on this 1 cost card, you know what I mean, when you have all this other shit to kill. So yeah, quite good, especially like once I kind of built the deck around it more. Like, I used to not have Harpooner, I think, so it wasn't getting enabled as much. So it's another reason to run Harpooner. Steel Leaf, there's nothing really, everyone knows that. Bronchon, same kind of thing. It's nice against removal, especially if they, white removal, if they seal away your Gelta or something like that. Very nice. So I do think, like, I think there's an argument to be made to play Jade Light here. But I played with that, and It's quite nice, but Bronton has been good too and important. So also it always enables Pal Collector basically most of the time. I mean, if it's 2 power or less, it always enables it. Whereas J-Light, there's the off chance it won't. So that's a consideration. Nullhide's been great. Wasn't sure about it as a 4 of, but yeah, it's been great. I haven't played with a 4 of much actually, but played with it a lot as a 3, and I can definitely recommend that. But 4 it should be great too. So Vine Mirror is surprisingly good. Some people think you should only run this against black decks. That's not true. It's also amazing against blue-red. A lot of Izzet decks running around. Great against mono-red. It's good against black decks too. Black-green. It's really just good against basically everything that doesn't have 3 power creatures or not many of them. And even if they do, it's okay. Galta, great. Love it as a 2 of. I would not run. I've seen people run 3 and 4. I think it's incorrect. It just feels perfect as a 2 of. I always see it when I need it. So love it. Memorial, not sure if I'll run this or not. It's important that we curve out, so I may end up cutting this, but I may end up adding another one. So who knows? We'll see where that goes. I haven't actually played with this at all yet, so that'll be new. So that's pretty much the deck. Sideboard not yet done. This is the finished version, quote unquote, but this is not even close to finalized. So that's basically for blue decks, graveyard decks, also blue decks, also blue decks, also tokens, any deck that goes wide, so you can punch through that. That, I don't know, I saw it in somebody's list and I didn't know what else to put in there, so could be okay against also go wide decks. It punishes them for chump blocking, so that's the way I see it. Sanctuary, just, nice catch-all removal. It's not vital because we're pretty good against removal, but nice to have, just nice as a 1 of. That's for the decks I mentioned earlier. This, I honestly think I might end up cutting it because of Nullhide. Also, 5 drops are kind of sketchy in this deck, let alone 6. I see some people playing this. I don't think I'll ever run that. 6 is pretty sketchy, so I might end up cutting that. I might actually run one of these. Probably 1 or 2 of these, or 1 of each, I don't know. There's actually a surprising amount of stuff that we're willing to sacrifice. So I feel like that's actually pretty good. And the ultimate is relevant. I mean, it's pretty rare that you're going to hit it, but yeah. Excuse me. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to take too long on the deck tech, so anyway. So we'll get into a constructed event. This is what I've been grinding for a long time now. Just basically until I get my sideboard. Stuff I'm just futzing around with. Yeah, so just grind this out until I get my sideboard. I should maybe do the competitive, even not having a sideboard. I don't know, but I just feel like I'll get punished for it. I did do 1 of them and got punished, so. I'll turn that down a little bit. Should be good. Memorial. So this happens to work out. I do find that I guess because of the curve is pretty even. That there are a fair amount of opportunities to drop something like this, where you don't have the 3 drop or whatever, like right now. So obviously we'll go Forest Lanarels, Memorial, Branchwalker, Vine Mare next turn. This is also another reason to be mono green, or it could be anyway, if it impresses. I can't remember if I said it, but I might end up staying mono green, we'll see. Well, looks like we're not dropping them beforehand anytime soon. Although, I mean, there's no reason not to play this in black-green either, I suppose, if it's good. Well, it looks like we're playing against tokens, which can be rough. Oh, hell yeah. Not amazing against tokens, but you can just be chump blocked all day, so. But still puts pressure on them, especially early. Can be good. Keep them on the back foot. Starting to get quite a bit of cards for green-white tokens, so I may end up putting that together. Not sure if it's my thing quite, but maybe. She attacks all black with branch walker. It'll get bigger. Should get rid of that. That's what I would do. Yeah, see, this is a pain. Gotta be proactive against this. So, generally, you want to drop this as early as possible because it gets worse as the game goes on with the cost. You want to punish them as much as possible, but there are times where, like, usually I'll drop like a Vine Mirror instead, or maybe a Brontodon. Damn, this deck is good. I know it beats Stompy, but I'm not sure if it's better than Stompy or just the matchup is good or what. Fine there. Kinda want to take out a knight, but she's not attacking anytime soon, so there's that. Yeah, I'll probably pop a knight next turn and drop this turn. So that prey pawn's gonna be expensive. Two, 4, 5, 6 could kill it, but yeah, we'll do that. I shouldn't have. I wasn't planning on attacking, but which I should have been. Normally I would play that, or play that second main, and that. So we kind of now, like, kind of want to get rid of this, but this is, I want to get rid of 3 of these. +2 +1. 4, 3. I think we swing and then sack the Brontodon. Or we just like Maybe we just ride it out, yeah. Two, 4, 5, 6. I think we'll keep him back because of this. I would like to keep this. We could do that. So yeah, we'll just try to weather the storm here. Kill one of them. So this gets a bit worrisome, but we can pray upon next turn. Excellent. If I attacked with that, you can bet he'd be attacking right now, so I didn't have to give up my Brontodon, which is going to be very relevant. Why is it? Oh, you have to hit 3 plus that. My bad. So that could get scary next turn. Could seal away, but he could do that anyway. Could have that big, whatever you call it, March of the Multitudes, but I don't know. What are you gonna do? Now we can get the creature. And yeah, he gets the token, but it's better than having a 6/6 or a 6/7 being able to block. This is a pain in the ass. It's still not. It's probably not a good idea for him to attack though. He's feeling great right now. Battlefield, so that can block it, which is annoying. But it does reduce his options. Maybe I should keep that back and just swing with this. Nah. Let's keep it up. Tempting to attack with that too, but he actually... okay. I think I'm pretty okay with that. Like, if that's gone, then I can just swing with this, in theory. That would be great. You attack with 3 or more creatures. I'm not sure if I can respond to the trigger. I think it's fine either way, because if he attacks right now, it's, you know, it's not good for him. So now we just swing with this every turn, hope for the best. Can't buff, right? I'm actually, should go aggro, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got this to block. Let's do it. He has the advantage anyway, like in the long game I think. He has more spells that go wide. He can play the Merchant Multitudes or Drustani or just things that have this huge impact. Whereas I just have like the one of big cards, which he cares less about. So if I get an opportunity like this, I should go for it. That feels good. Like, you can't have much in hand if he's doing that. Okay, what is it? You attack with 3 or more creatures. Okay, we're safe for now. So he can block these 2, 6 gets through. Well, not anymore. So glad they finally printed this card. If anyone remembers, like back in the day, there was it supposed to be, yeah, there's supposed to be a 2-drop elf. That was, you know, it's supposed to be good. People are all excited about it, and then it got switched for that 5/7 piece of crap Amara that nobody's played ever. So I think he's gonna kill that, and then I'll use the Brontodon to get it back. That punches through. It's definitely worth trading for. What is he targeting? Yep. Give me that. Oh, and another one. And another one. can't block. Unless you can kill both of these. Oh, she gets big. Ooh. He still needs to be able to deal with the other one. Why is he attacking? That is, I think, the first time I've ever beaten tokens. It's a really brutal matchup. Although, if you get a timely Galta, then you can just win, but... So that was a bit of a long one. They usually don't last that long, I find. I do kind of enjoy the best of one format. It's bang out a bunch of quick games. Yep, that's good. So, I don't know if it's different in the best of threes, but I find that hands like this are perfectly keepable. Like the ones where you don't do anything until turn 3, or like you know, if this was a land and that was a land, that would be like I've kept hands like that still stomped, just because the creatures are so powerful that like you can afford to, especially if you're on the play. Land. So this is a great matchup for us. On a red, I love it. I think I've only lost to it like once. Start on land, it could be a problem. That'll do. That feels bad right now. We don't want that. Because you want to stay on curve, right? Like I don't want to stop, spend a whole turn on that, do nothing else, and then, you know, we got an extra land, of course. Well, I'm glad you spent it on that and not my Steel League champion. Just kind of beating my face in. Kind of want to drop this and stabilize. Like I don't think I don't want to keep letting these through. And drop this. Probably drop another one. Just try to stabilize, and then I'll start swinging in with this, which they can't block. Plus, you know, I mean, lava coils. It's smart to keep the lava coils. By the way, they help so much. Nobody runs those. None of the players I've seen run them, or almost never. And they get punished for it. You see how much work they're doing right now, so pro tip. Now I need kind of a clock. I should have actually probably just done that anyway. Kept that, like I did. Obviously I didn't know if he had lava coil or not, but kept that, and then that hope ideally for him. Oh my god, he's got a lot of lava. He definitely runs 4. I guess I should have just kept popping those out. Hey. Why won't go like this? I mean, you could. Attack takes 2, and then he doesn't. I'm okay with that trade if he does. I think this guy lost to Stompy one too many times. Yeah, I think he's got another freaking lava coil. Oh my god. Or he just, yeah, I'm at 2, so you might as well. Wow, I've lost a mono red in ages. I just lost a mono red and beat tokens, which is the opposite of how it always goes. That's 100% good lava coil, so yeah. I don't know whether you should run 4 in your deck, but I would definitely run, I'd run at least 2. So that was weird. So yeah, next time I would have played the Brontodon instead of the Steel Wave. Don't think it would have mattered by the looks of it, but yeah. There's an argument for Steel Leaf too, though, because you know you could swing with them and then drop something to block. Ideally, they don't have 4 lava coils, or 3, or whatever. This is decent. See, like times like this, Memorial would be great. So, I'd add another one. We'll see. It's definitely something the deck appreciates. Any bit of card advantage or whatever it can get. Just got control. So I'm gonna play around counter spells right now. 3, 1, 2. So we'll drop the Steel Leaf. Although the Null Hive is gonna be pretty bad if we just drop it later. It's might be just better to drop it now. Pop it. Stuck. Rest and scatter. One thing I like about standard over modern is it's way less stressful playing against control. I mean, maybe his deck is just jank, I don't know, but because I have faced some really good ones, but even the really good ones are like not nearly as stressful. Island. Let's see. You could have, what is it, Cleansing Nova? Cost 5, yeah. This is a great site, by the way. Cleansing Nova. Cleaning Nova. Yes, I guess we gotta play around that. What is it? Artifacts and enchantments. He doesn't have Settle, though, so we can work with that. I'll probably drop Branch Walker, because that replaces itself, sort of anyway. Plus, in theory, we can kill this next turn, so. Even if he rats, which he very well might, then we can do that. No need. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like a very good deck, I guess. If I don't think he played like one thing the whole game. Or maybe he was counting on the Cleansing Nova, I bet, and he maybe didn't draw the land he needed. I didn't look closely, but. But yeah, control decks and modern blue ones are just feels like they have a million cards always. It's really stressful to play against. This is not ideal right now. This is hurting me right now because I would like to do this as a forest. I could do Lannerwells and then next turn Pelt Collector, Harpooner. But what are you gonna do? Do these two at least. It's not terrible. That's good news. Maybe he doesn't have a very good hand if he's desperate to draw. Or at least not an ideal hand. So we got 3. Oh, we have 4. Blue, green. Like a steely champ, and then we can bust this guy up. Plus, the can't be blocked thing is really relevant. Let me drop, should be Vine Mare next turn. Depending if he plays a creature, he might probably prey upon it. Hopefully it doesn't become 4/3. Sweet. Does give him a land, but I'd rather that. Awesome. I just had a rough hand. Kept a few rough ones myself, so you know how it is. I'd rather not. I turned off emotes because they tilt me. Yeah, so this is one of the hands I was talking about, so we'll see how it goes. Card is underrated. Like in Stompy at least, I think it's probably rated just fine in other decks. Yeah, let's get that out. Sort through that. But we got the Ferox, so it's all about just who draws more of the biggest creatures and who draws them faster. It's especially about Galta. How do we swing? Yeah. If he doesn't block, then we get him 5, and then he doesn't want to swing into this. One good thing about running 4 Feroxes is like it's better for the mirror if they don't run 4. Hell yeah. So I want to swing just so like he doesn't know, but you know. Got to. Titanic growth. At least I still got the Galta. That alone should be fine. Five, 7, 9. Could kill it, but he's got to give up a lot. Oh fuck. Hell now. If I swing with this, if I was him anyway, I would double block with that, and then he still has his Galta. So I just can't. But now he probably, yeah. It's all about that Titanic growth. That's a pump is actually like brutal in the Stompy mirror. 5/8. I don't really have a choice. Maybe Titanic growth. Oh, okay. Yeah. Card is bad. I was tempted by it at first, but. Definitely see the appeal. It's a lot of power for a lot, but it's like it's at that 5 mana threshold, which this deck doesn't really want. There's a lot of decks that you don't get the 5th land, so or it's too late by the time you do. So. But yeah, pump is really bad. That Blanchwood armor is just anything that's bigger than our creatures. The whole deck's strength is basically having bigger creatures. Should let that 10 through. Jesus. This guy's gonna not freaking draw. So, kinda close. Sometimes, like, the jank, is, you know, actually gives them an edge. This is, like, part of the reason I say rogue decks are, you know, so you call the rogue factor, like playing things that people aren't used to, because their deck is built around things that they're used to. So, if you, like, throw them off with some weird shit like Titanic growth, then it can give you an edge. Like, overall, I think the results won't be there for that particular card, but well, you saw like it was if he didn't drop the Galta, if he didn't have a Galta and I did, I would have won. Yeah, or if he didn't draw like, you know, 6 fatties in a row. But you saw like the deck can have a perfectly good game on even if it doesn't do anything till turn 3. He had a slow hand too, I guess. He had a branch walker on turn 2. But that's what I like to see. Still not positive on 23 versus 24 lands, especially with the branch walker. This card can be a pain if it gets big, so I generally try to kill it as soon as I can. Definitely pop that. Hopefully he doesn't have a lava coil. This guy's taking a while. I thought he might have just been like thinking hard about what to play first, but he's just like away from his keyboard. Fuck. Hate this guy. It takes the whole strength of the deck and just like craps on it. So try to click through. tempting to drop it first, but I do making that a 3/3 is supposed to be 2/2. It's questionable. Risk factor, definitely gonna take the damage. Usually you want to take it, unless you really can't afford to, take the damage on the first go. On the second go, it's a little more up in the air. Buff this as much as we can, I guess. That could get bigger, so that's a little sketchy. Could have a shock. The risk factor makes me want to attack. Just go with all of it, I guess. Sweet. So now he's got more pressure on him. So. Well. Cool. Fine with that. See, now this guy gets to live. Well, yeah, you can't get alive there anyway. But yeah. Okay. So I think we're just gonna swing with everything. You'd probably just block that, but yeah, he takes 7. Yep. We need to put pressure on him because of risk factors. Interesting. Sorcery, right? Instant. Oh wow. Definitely taking 4, although it's because he's going to be so low right now. It's not going to matter a lot, but he could play a bunch more shit and get that really big, so I feel like we're at 10, that's okay. He's not going to be able to attack with this, so he could, in theory, like bust both of these up. Try 2 lava coils. Fine with that. I get to stay at 10. You can see like how problematic the lava coil is. Like the game where I only faced 1. It's pretty easy, and the one where I faced 3 was a nightmare. So I usually get 6 or 7 wins in this room. That's been consistent. I should have really tracked it, but I didn't. I wasn't aware of I wanted like a little tracker program thing, but I wasn't aware of one, so I haven't tracked it, but I should be. But the win rate is really high. It's usually probably 2 losses average. So 7-2, 6-2, 6.5-2. Is a bit sketchy. It's definitely going somewhere. Like the 4th land is concerning. Oh, we don't even have a 3-drop. I was thinking of this as a 3-drop for some reason. So no, we cannot do that. Like we have to do something on by turn 3. That's too questionable. So ship that. Ooh, wow. This is rough. If he's playing any kind of blue deck, we probably just straight up lose. Okay. Red green dinos probably. As the Sarkin avatar, you could be playing that Sarkin dinosaur deck. It's a really crazy looking deck. Comes in tapped, okay. We have brought it on if he does have that Sarkin's Unsealing. Next turn we have, yeah, definitely Graveyard. So it's really useful to be able to just bin cards that you don't want. The only time I don't really like this card is when, like, you're gonna lose next turn, basically. That's the only time. If you don't draw like a big blocker. That's basically it. It's just ramping up, I guess. It's not bad for a mold of 5. Three, 6, 9. I doubt he'll have Wrath, so, and even if he does, like, that's not going to save me, so. Yep. White, eh? Interesting. So, presumably he'll block these, and then 4 gets through, right? Wow. Yeah, the deck molds pretty well, I guess. He had a slow hand, so I did get a bit lucky there. But still, I thought it was impressive. Even if he had a good hand, I think I had a chance. So we're up to 5. Let's see. It's 4 wins to break even. Well, break even plus you get a few cards. And 5 you get a bit more. So you get 7 you get 1,000. So you go up 500 each time you get 7 wins. You go up, I think, 400 if you reach 6, which like I said, I get 6 or 7 almost every time. So it's still like a bit of a slow grind because you need 1,000 to buy a pack, or what is it, 3,000 to draft. So depending on how you like to spend your money, I'm not much of a drafter. If I finish this deck, let's see. If I finish this deck, depending on the EV of competitive constructed, I think it's supposed to be a lot better than this. I've heard different things. The deck is done, and I do really well with it, even in competitive constructed, and I just rack up a bunch of money. Then I'll probably think about doing some drafts. But you basically, like, because it takes me a while to get good at drafts. Like, I'm not one of these guys that just drafts all day, every day, and just knows a new set, like, you know, like nothing. I think I want to kill that. It's so freaking good. It's been such a problem for me that I actually want a 2-for-1 myself. It's not really a 2-for-1, I guess, if I'm flying, eh? Don't need the 4th land. He's gonna have flyers. Let's do it, because this like I said, creatures that are bigger are a real problem for us. And this card has beaten me so many times that like for a while I would just let it go, do other stuff, and try to kill it when I have an open opportunity or whatever. 3, 4. Ascend. 3's up to 6 now. 4. So we could. I think we want to Steel Leaf. That's not quite optimal health. He can't block except for this guy, and yeah. Just want to reduce his options. I mean, he'll still become, what, 3-3 instead of 4-4. And who knows what we draw, so. Wow, what was that? That happens a lot in the best of 1. I suspect it doesn't happen much in best of 3. But yeah, people concede a lot, like, too early, I think. He still had a chance. So we're up to 6. Okay, so you go up 300 if you get 6 wins, and 500 if you get 7 2 rated. Yeah, it's the same. So, yeah, getting 3 cards every time is nice. It's pretty rare that you get something great, but it's still like everything adding toward your vault or whatever is nice. Even though I think the vault is like crappy right now or busted. I don't know. Whatever system they add, where if you have for a 5th copy of a card, they give you something else. I don't know exactly how everything works. I think it adds to your vault, but the vault is invisible and it takes forever to unlock it. But once you do, you start getting extra shit or whatever. Like I think you get wild cards instead of the 5th card, but it takes forever. But I heard that they're working on a new system that's better. So I don't know. I think they should just give you a wild card just straight up. I mean, that would be nice. But just anything, give me a different card, I don't care. Or give me gold, even just like 50 gold or something. I don't know. I was gonna counter me for a second there. I was like, what format is this? Okay, so Vine Mare should be good against. No, he's playing mono blue. It's a bit rough. This could have the Essence Scatter, but we don't really have a choice. And we got 2 more threats, so it's whatever. Gotta force it out, so. Probably do. Perfect, so we can do Steel Leaf Brave on. And maybe next turn, Galta. Get the hell out of here. That's a big pain. Not so much against this hand, but still. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Oh, I forgot to look at the cost. Well, it reduces by 5, so it would still cost 7, so couldn't play this turn. So, might be able to play next turn with the Lano Rounds. So. Yep. Perfect. But, might get counters.